Hey Keto fam, Ketokelli just getting her done, coming in today to talk about something that I have future plans for and possibly maybe vlogging it when this dream actually comes true. So stick around if you want to hear what those plans are. See you in a sec. Okay guys, here is some of my plan. For a very long time, well, let me back up. When I was a young girl, my family grew up in northeastern part of Maine, and we camped a lot. Camped so much that at one point, my granddad had sold my dad and his brothers some land on a lake in Maine called Big Lake. And I grew up on the lake. I grew up camping. I grew up camping. We call it camps up there. There are actually, some people call them cabins. I grew up on the lake. I grew up doing outdoor things, fishing, canoeing, walking the woods, doing those kinds of things. And I've been away from, I moved away from home in 1989 when I joined the Navy. And I've been away from home, but I've always gone back in the summer. And I always have had an affinity and a love for that type of environment in Maine. Well, my husband's from Cleveland, so stark difference there. But he loves going up there as well. He loves the fishing, the boating, all the good things that come along with being on a lake. So my youngest daughter is getting ready to go in the Navy next year, which will leave me and my husband in this house. When we bought this house, we were a family of 5. And at one point, we had 6 people living in here because my oldest daughter's fiance was staying with us for a little while too. So it's 2,700 square feet. Well, by this time next year, it's just going to be my husband and I. So we've decided that we may want to either put it up for rent or sell it. And my dream, and as some of you know who have been following me know that I've been in school to get a degree in business. So I'm going to show you what I plan on using this business degree for. So hold that thought and I'll come right back and I'll show you what my vision is. Okay guys, I may have to close my door because that's an awful lot of sun coming in, but maybe I'll block it with this. Okay, so my vision, a while back, we'll say about 3, maybe 4 years ago, when I first started to pursue my business degree, I wanted to open a B&B. And it may have been a little challenging because most people that stay in B&Bs don't want to really stay in the same area or in the same building as a lot of other families or other couples or whatever that are staying. So I thought that I could probably try to get around that by doing something a little more open. So this was my vision, and let me put this little plug in there. My hairdresser is on some type of medical leave, and I've been using her for a couple of years now. I need a haircut desperately. And when you start to get used to one person cutting your hair and cutting it nice, and then you lose that person, it's frightening to try to find somebody else to cut your hair. So my hair has been just growing, and I need it cut. So I'm doing my niece's wedding here in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, so I have got to get my hair did. So anyway, this is my vision. I've always wanted to, like I said, either sell the house or rent it out and get an RV and travel the country. And it's very appealing to me because my husband and I well, at least me anyway, I really want to see the country. I've lived here all my life. I've seen more overseas places being in the Navy than I have my own country. So it's appealing to me to want to go and explore my country. So I started to YouTube some people who do RV living full time. And I've come across a couple of people, and right now I'm watching Josh and Kaylee of the Freedom Theory, who did a series where they went from New Orleans, I believe, from New Orleans to Alaska. And I'm watching their Alaska series right now, and it's so beautiful, the things you can see as you're traveling the country, and I want that so bad. And after having the cancer scare, it just made me put a lot of things into perspective about what I want to do before it gets too close to the end of my life, because I don't want any regrets. So what I had thought, that's now, since I'm getting, and look what I got from Amazon, you guys. So it's Small Business for Dummies, and I'm already, almost halfway in it, and I just got it like 2 days ago. So it's good information for those of you who want to start a small business, and there's some things in here that I never even considered. So yeah, if you're looking to start a small business, guys, get the Small Business for Dummies. It's very informative. So without further ado, let me show you my vision of what I want to do. Draft of the RV park that I want to do. And again, a lot of these full-time RVers, one of their biggest complaints is being too close to the other person next to you. So my goal is, with my RV park, to give ample space between each lot. And yes, of course, these are showing very close to each other, but I want to give at least 60 to 75 feet in between each. I don't want to overcrowd. At least not in the beginning, I don't want to overcrowd. So I've also heard another complaint from a lot of RVers that when they go to these parks, that if they have small children, it's really hard to find a lot, especially on the weekends when you have people in there and they're partying and having a good time till all hours of the night. Even if the park does have quiet hours, that it's keeping their children up. So what my plan is to separate the areas. One area will be for child-friendly or kid-friendly part, where if you have small children and you don't want to be part of that, that rowdy crowd or whatever, that drinking and partying all night kind of crowd, this is the side you go in. You'll come in and you'll go to one side. You'll have a children's play yard, a putt-putt golf, things that kids can do on this side. And in the middle somewhere, I'll have like a covered pavilion, a basketball court, a grassy park area with some tables and benches and maybe some grills. And on the other side is more the adult-friendly teenager side with older children, where the partying may or may not take place. But at least on this side, if you have small children and it's late at night, they can still sleep. Also, at some point, I want to add cabins. So I'll have cabins along the outer edge of the family-friendly side, and cabins out along the outer edge of the adult side, sleeping anywhere from 4 to 6 people up to 8 to 10 people. That is an add-on later on once I get established. Also, as you're coming into the park, on one side I'll have a very small diner and ice cream shop, diner meeting, just like finger-type foods and nothing extravagant. Just something if you want to swing in and get something to eat real quick on your way out, or you just want to get something quick to eat. And a small general store there for emergencies, so you don't have to go out into town to get, Band-Aids or electrical cords or anything like that. A small general store where you can go in and get supplies. Off to the side of that, I'm going to have a concert and picnic area where I can invite in local bands or local DJs and things like that, and on the weekends have like a concert. Also with another covered pavilion. So this is and I want it on the water, and I want it in southern Maine or mid-Maine somewhere, because I hear a lot of RVers talk about going to Maine, like Josh from the Freedom Theory. I believe he said he grew up in Maine, and Maine is a beautiful state in the summertime. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. It is a little buggy, but it's Maine, and it's anywhere you go in the summer, you're going to get bugs. But it's beautiful. The lakes in Maine are absolutely beautiful, and I want to be able to put my lot on a lake or some type of waterway. That is my dream. And I just want to do it, and I'm going to name it Serenity Park, or depending on what type of trees are in the area, and Maine has a ton of trees. Either Serenity Pines, Serenity Oaks, something, depending on what type of trees are in the area. And this is my dream, guys, and I'm absolutely excited to do it. So it's a work in progress. So I've been following a lot of RVers, full-time RVers, the Dupreys, which just made a video that kind of makes me sad because they said don't go to RV parks. But my mission is to make sure that everybody that comes in is happy and wants to come back again. And my mission statement is probably going to be, hold that thought because I have it on a piece of paper. My mission statement is to create lasting memories and to pass them on to future generations. That is my mission statement. I want to create memories. I had so many fantastic memories growing up and camping. I just love it. And a lot of people who have never even been camping want to go because it's so amazing. Okay. And I am going to, actually, I want to have all hookups, 50 amps with converters where you can go down from 50 down to a 30 amp if your rig is a 30 amp, which I think most are. And I want to have tables and fire pits or grilling areas in every lot. And I want to have the best Wi-Fi, because that is like one of the biggest complaints. My husband's a computer programmer, so hopefully we can get some good Wi-Fi in there. Great cell service. Another thing I think was an issue was, I think, sewage hookup. You don't find too much sewage hookups in a lot of lots. I'm going to see if I'm able to do that. I've actually started researching some land in Maine, and there is a 79 acres that are for sale up there, but I don't need that much. So I'm hoping, I contacted the realtor to find out if the seller would be willing to break it up. And it is on water, so willing to break it up, maybe 20, 25 acres to sell. So it's a dream of mine, you guys. And hopefully when I get this up and running, which probably won't be for another 2 years, because we got some stuff we need to take care of on this end first. But I'm so excited for this venture. I really am. And I can't wait. So if you guys want to go follow just type in RV Living full time, and watch some of these YouTubers, and it will really inspire you. It's tough. They're not going to lie, it's tough. And in Maine, I'm going to have my season. I'll be open probably from April to maybe October. And in the wintertime, we're going to hitch up our RV and we're going to travel the country in the winter months. So, okay guys, no cooking video today, and I actually had somebody comment on my full day of eating video where I had the wings, who basically told me I was not ketogenic. But we all know that ketogenic isn't the food. It really is keeping your total carbohydrates under 20. The ketogenic diet is keeping your body in a ketogenic state. So, and he said I don't eat enough greens. So apparently he hasn't watched any other video besides that one. So, and again, I do ketogenic for cancer. And it's working. So, alright guys, I love you. And I hope you can just give me some inspiration to go forward with my new venture here. I'm so excited. I'm right on the edge of my seat, because I know 2 years is going to be a long ways. But I totally want to be prepared for this. I totally want to be right on the money and set and ready to go. And yeah, I hope you guys will keep following me, because the channel name may change, so we'll see. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you maybe in a week or two because I'm getting my bachelor stuff figured out. Also, I'll be at my niece's wedding on October the 14th is her wedding, but we're leaving around the 7th or 8th to go up there. And then I'll be off to OH when I get back. So, okay, guys, I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.